What's up guys, and welcome to a speed test comparison between the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G versus the iPhone 12 Pro 5G. The Apple A14 chip is really fast, really efficient, but how does that actually translate into real life? We're gonna find that out in this video. According to Apple, the A14 chip is 50% faster than the competition, and of course, I think they definitely compared their chip to the absolute worst flagship chip of the year, the Exynos 990. But fear not, this is the absolute elite level Note 20 Ultra with the Snapdragon 865 Plus chip. It's got 12 gigs of RAM along with 512GB of fast storage. As for the iPhone 12 Pro, the internals are similar to the Pro Max, so A14 chip with 6 gigs of RAM, and this model is the absolute maxed out one, which is coming with 512GB internal storage. Now as always, we're gonna kick things off by booting up both phones at the same time. Here we go. And as you can see, the Note 20 Ultra logo came up way too quicker. Let's see if it actually boots up or not. The Note 20 Ultra is rocking the Android 10 based One UI 2.5, and whoa, so the iPhone 12 Pro is faster with the boot up, about 2-3 second difference there. Okay, both phones are in position for the apps opening test. Once again, Apple is rocking that phenomenal notch design from 2017. On the other hand, Samsung went next level with their punch hole design. And now before I begin, I'm gonna quickly go to the Geekbench 5 application and run a CPU benchmark on both of these two devices at the same time, just to show you guys numbers where we at when it comes to the multi-core and single-core performance. So here are the scores, and even when compared to the best Note 20 Ultra, the iPhone 12 Pro is in its own league. Okay, let's get down to the apps opening test. As always, starting with the basics first. First up, we have Phone Dialer. And you can see about the same on both phones. Both phones have really fluid animations, and of course Samsung has 120Hz refresh rate that really does help a lot in terms of smoothness. Checking out settings, and that's about the same on both phones. Time to launch some third-party applications, starting with Spotify. That's faster on the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Next we have Alto Game, and this is where we can see some dominance from A14, but seems like the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra is just blazing through this application. Obviously, it could be because of optimization and other things. A14 is still a pretty new chip. Cora. That's slightly quicker on the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Once again, when we scroll on both phones, it definitely is smoother on the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra thanks to 120Hz refresh rate. It's only noticeable when you actually have the phones side by side. Most Apple fans don't know this feeling because they haven't used any iPhone with 120Hz, because there is no iPhone with 120Hz. But definitely that's a plus point with the Note 20 Ultra. Moving on to Reddit. Let's see, this one is once again slightly quicker on the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. So far, Note 20 Ultra is actually taking the full points here. Next on the list is Asphalt 9. This is a big game we have, big free game that I love to play and love to test out. And let's see, Apple A14 chip already on the loading screen. Can it actually beat Samsung or not? Both phones are still taking some time. And the Note 20 Ultra is done. Okay, so still the Note 20 Ultra is keeping its lead. It's kind of sad. I wish all Note 20 Ultra models were this good, but of course there are models out there with the Exynos 990 chip. Let's see which one loads the in-game stage faster. And just so you know, both phones are fully optimized to run this game at 60 frames per second. And just like that, the Note 20 Ultra is faster. Once again, this is a same stage that I launched on both phones. Definitely have to say the A14 is a new chip that will get its optimization better in the future, but obviously looking absolutely stunning on both phones. Super high graphics, but obviously Note wins in both loading times of the Asphalt 9. Next up, we have Instagram. And bit of a different feed. I think the iPhone was a bit quicker with its loading time. Again, you guys are the judge here. Launching my profile, that was faster on the iPhone. Now let's go ahead and launch the Instagram camera. That felt about the same on both phones. Okay, the iPhone might be slightly quicker, but definitely this used to be a bit slower on Samsung phones. This is definitely looking faster now on the Note 20 Ultra. Twitter. And really, really quick on both phones. I think Samsung was a bit quicker. Once again, scrolling around. Color switch. And faster on the iPhone. And next up we have PUBG Mobile. One of the absolute famous games out there. Highly requested to test this out. I'll be doing a separate video playing this game in my future gaming comparison. But you can see the Note 20 Ultra was slightly slower in loading up this compared to the A14 powered iPhone 12 Pro. Alright, Note 20 Ultra is done. Now I'm just gonna quickly show you guys the settings on both phones. Now as you can see, both phones can run this game on full Ultra HD setting along with the Ultra Extreme frame rate option. This is something that the Exynos Note 20 Ultra cannot do. That's the edge you get with the Qualcomm model that is toe-to-toe with the A14 iPhone 12 Pro. I'm just gonna set this okay. Now if I move around, both phones are looking pretty smooth. The iPhone is definitely running it at 60 frames per second. And same thing with the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Looking really, really smooth on both phones. One of the absolute best devices to play PUBG. Again, I'm talking about the Qualcomm Note 20 Ultra, looking really, really good. Great optimization. We're just gonna leave this here and launch some few more applications. Now time for some video rendering. I'm gonna be using the Adobe Rush application on both phones. Here we go. And let's load up the same untitled project. Time to export this at the same time. Here we go. And let's see which one does it faster. And looks like Apple, as always, is gonna blaze through the loading time. Look at that speed. The A14 is a beast when it comes to rendering, image rendering or video rendering. Apple is the king of it. You can see what a drastic difference compared to Qualcomm. Of course, this is the same chip that Apple will be using in its MacBooks and other stuff. So definitely this is a pretty strong point. Okay, so Note 20 Ultra is done as well. Took around 20 more seconds compared to the iPhone. Now last but not the least, we have camera on both phones at the same time. Definitely quicker on the iPhone 12 Pro. Now time for a quick browsing test. So I'm just gonna be quickly searching this on Google. And let's launch this website at the same time on both phones. Definitely quicker. Okay, yeah, definitely quicker on the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Once again, scrolling looks really, really smooth on both phones, but 120 Hz on the Note and 60 Hz on the iPhone. GSMarena.com and slightly quicker on the Note 20 Ultra. And last but not the least, we're going to be launching Wikipedia.org on both phones. And once again, slightly quicker on the Note 20 Ultra. Finally, it's time for RAM management. We have 12 gigs of RAM on the Note 20 Ultra, 6 gigs of RAM on the iPhone. Let's see if they can keep everything in the memory or not. First app is still there. Moving on to phone dialer, settings, Spotify, Alto Game. Excellent RAM management so far on both phones. Quora, Reddit, Asphalt 9. And that is actually refresh on both of these two devices for some reason. On the iPhone, it felt more like an internet refresh, whereas Note 20 Ultra kind of loaded this game completely. And you can see Instagram still there on both phones. Subway Surfers, still there. Twitter, PUBG Mobile. And both phones are still keeping this in the memory. I think, no. Actually, Note 20 Ultra has refreshed the game, whereas iPhone has sort of kept it. It's just an in-app exit from the stage. So 2 refreshes on the Note 20 Ultra despite having 12 gigs of RAM. That's very interesting. I have to say this is by far the best RAM management I've ever seen on an iPhone. And lastly, we are back to the browsers. What a speed test battle, guys. I have to say this was just one aspect of this comparison. As always, there are other things like efficiency and neural processing that is new with the A14 chip. Still, the competition was really close. The Note 20 Ultra managed to open applications, pretty much most of applications faster, a little bit faster than the A14. I must say I'm really impressed by the RAM management on the iPhone, because I always had refreshes in the past speed test videos, so this time around 6GB RAM on the iPhone is a lot. So yeah, let me know what you think about this test in the comment section below, and if you want me to do another comparison, be sure to comment that as well. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.